Well, here we go. I'm Monty McKinnon. We're building guitars in this channel, and we've got one on the go right here. So let me tell you a little bit about how we got into this point down here. What we did is I used some of these jigs that I made, and this is nothing more than a piece of wood that has a notch in it, and then the piece would fit into that notch like so. Not this piece, but the corner. So what I've done in order to hold everything in place, because you've got two pieces coming like this, and if you clamp it, the clamp's going to slip off. So I put sandpaper on this side, and I put sandpaper on this piece, and I put sandpaper on this piece. So when we finally place it inside here, I'm able to put the sandpaper side on the other side of the guitar, and it prevents it from slipping, and it allows me to clamp this and be able to snug it up. Now, these are the sides that are all rebent. This is the second set. The first set, as you know, went in the garbage. I did cannibalize a little bit of the second, or of the first set. And you can see that over here. If you can see, there's a board laid along there. I have super soft that, and I've got that clamped down to flatten that out for the peg heads, because we're going to try to save that and use that for something. In addition, because we're going to put a sound port in this guitar, I'm going to use this piece, cut it off, and fit it up underneath here with some more attractive stuff underneath it. So we got more coming along that line, but there's something really interesting I want to show you today, and I'm going to do that as soon as we spin the intro. Now, I want you to see this. I learned this from my mentor. I had no idea. Part of the problem is the top has a radius to it, and I would like that radius on the top of the guitar. The back has a radius, and I'd like that on the back of the guitar. So what happens here is this is in the form. Here's the point. This is our guitar, right? So you take this thing and you put it on the top. Now these two pieces are exactly the same height, as is this with the pencil on it. So if you took the pencil, it's coming in right at the top of this. So what we're going to do is we're going to lift this up, putting that under there. We're putting this under the tail block and the neck block. And there I have it. Now this, when I take this pencil, if I put it on the inside, it's going to come to the very top of the block. Well, the very top of the block is right at the point at each end where your guitar is going to come up on a curve like so. What we do now is we simply draw this around, and again remember I'm using the top dish. This is the radius dish. So I've run my pencil all the way around. It is the same height as these blocks, and the pencil has followed the curvature of the radius dish. I don't know if you can see this or not, but hopefully you'll see that line. That line is going to be the line that we're going to cut the top down to, and then we're going to slide this in and do exactly the same for the back and cut it And we're going to do that with a plane, with a scraper, and then we're going to sand it and get it all nice and smooth, get it down to where we want it, and then we're going to put the linings on it. And I made linings, and I'm going to show you how to do that in a subsequent video. So that's very important in order to get a nice dome on the top of your guitar, because that's what gives us a beautiful sound. So now when I take this, I can actually start cutting away, and when I cut right here, because my finger is on the tail block, when I cut down to this line, it's all flush. And we're going to do that all the way around, both sides, including the point, and then we're good to go. So there you have it. Thank you very much for joining me. No tea today. I gave up on tea today. It's a little warm. I'm having some water because with only one kidney, a lot of water is a good thing. Well, not too much water, but I've only got a third of a kidney, so we'll keep that working. All right, there are some links down below. Check them out if there is of any interest to you, but there is one that's of interest to me, and that's the subscribe button. So if you're inclined, come on along and join in. If you have questions about what we're doing, how we're doing it, then I'm happy to answer those. If you've been following me on Instagram, then you would have seen some pictures of this being put together. And I'm throwing up more stuff on Instagram, so you're going to want to subscribe to that, because you'll get an advanced picture of what we're doing and how the build is coming. What we're going to do once we get all of this down and get it all lined up, get the kerfing in, put in the armrest, then we're going to just set this aside, and we're going to work on the top and on the back and do all the bracing and fitting, and it's all going to be good. So we got a guitar on our way, and this looks really good. I got to tell you, after that first episode, oh my goodness, this is looking excellent. So I'm very pleased with this, and let's leave it at that, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for joining me.